Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video with Academic Coaching for World Changers. I am Coach Denise. You can check out our website that is listed below and my email right here if you want to book some sessions with me, but I'll talk more about that at the end. So just stay tuned for today's topic. So I'm going to talk about solution-focused brief therapy in this video. So just like it says in the title, this is a brief work. So it's done in about 6 to 8 weeks. There is some criticism that it can be seen as putting a band-aid on the problem because it is so brief and it's focused on the future and moving forward. And it doesn't start with the medical model of seeing what's wrong with someone. It does not focus on diagnosis or what's wrong. It's focusing on solutions, which is why it's called solution-focused brief therapy. So, like I said, it is future-oriented, finding an easy, simple solution for the client. And if something works, keep doing it. That is something that comes up a lot for solution-focused brief therapy, doing more of what is working and less of what's not working, which might seem obvious, but there is some criticism with it because it's not focusing on problems necessarily. It's just doing more of what's working. So, the therapist in the room for solution-focused brief therapy is not the expert. So, no Freud's in the room for solution-focused. The therapist is not the expert. They do not focus on problems, but instead building on the client's strengths and their abilities. So, some interventions that can be used in solution-focused brief therapy. A lot of questions. So, first we have the exceptions questions. So, asking the client, when has your anxiety not been a problem? And then figuring out what they were doing when it wasn't a problem and how to do more of that. So, doing more of what's working. And then the miracle question. If you woke up tomorrow and all your problems were gone, what would your life look like? Figuring out what that is and how to get that. And then finally, we have scaling questions. So so you could ask on a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious do you feel? And then seeing what they say, maybe they feel like an 8 today. Okay, what's an 8? When have you felt like a 6 or a 5? And then what were you doing then? How can we get you there? So, a lot of different questions. So, on the exam, you might see some of these, and you know that it is solution-focused brief therapy, asking all the questions and figuring out what is working and how to do more of that. So, let's practice. And if you are still confused, just go back to the beginning of the video, listen to some of the things that I was saying, and then come back when you are ready to answer a couple questions. So, first one, which of the following is true about solution-focused brief therapy? If A, the therapist is the expert. B, a diagnosis is vital for recovery. C, there's an emphasis on the past. And D, focuses on the client's strengths. So think about it for a second, maybe cross out a couple that you know are false and not true about solution-focused brief therapy. Maybe narrow it down to 2, 50-50. And when you have your answer, D, focuses on the client's strengths. So as we know, the client or the therapist is not the expert in solution-focused. A diagnosis is not necessary, and there is an emphasis on the future, not the past. So let's try one more. What is an example of a scaling question? So remember, we got all the questions and solution focused. So we have A, from 1 to 10, how would you rate your anxiety? B, if you woke up and all your problems were gone, what would your life look like? C, when has your anxiety not been a problem? Or D, have you ever felt less anxious than you do now? So think about which one is a scaling question. Cross out what you know is not true, narrow it down, go back to the question. And when you have your answer, A, from 1 to 10, how would you rate your anxiety? So we're putting it on a scale, 1 to 10. And we know that B would be a miracle question and C would be an exceptions question. So remember to subscribe to our channel. Check out our website, academiccoachingforworldchangers.com, if you want to book some group sessions, individual sessions. If you want to book with me, feel free to email me at coachdeniseacwc@gmail.com. But check out some of our other videos and good luck on the exam, and you are going to pass that test.